What up guys, SuperMetal983 here bringing you another album review, and this time we've got some very atmospheric, very good stuff for you to check out today. If you want riffs, then this is probably not the album for you, but if you want something of a different factor, then this is definitely an album that you definitely need to check out in 2021. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing the new album from the band Holding Absence, entitled The Greatest Mistake of My Life. This is released under SharpTone Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with Holding Absence, they are a post-hardcore band hailing from the UK, and I first got introduced to this band back in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, when the band announced that they were going to be supporting Our Last Night on their UK tour, because, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Colour Morale who pulled out, and Holding Absence jumped on the lineup to complete the bill, and I think there was another band on there, I think it was New Volume or something like that, but I'm not too sure. But anyway, but I was really looking forward to finally checking them out, because I did hear some good things about them when they got announced, so I was looking forward to it, and they really did impress me. But after that show, and loads of people have got these bands that they see them live, really like them, but never actually go out of their way to check them out after on like CD or records. You know, that unfortunately was me. And in that time since then and now, they've released a split EP in 2018 with, I believe it was Loathe off the top of my head, and they released their debut album back in 2019 entitled Holding Absence, self-titled. And yeah, and the band released 2 singles for this album before I checked out this album, which was Afterlife and Beyond Belief. And I absolutely loved those 2 tracks, and I was like, why haven't I listened to these guys properly since then? So I thought, before this album comes out, I'm going to listen to their back catalogue and catch myself up. And so I started with this album, and this is an absolutely remarkable sounding album, if you ask me. It's definitely falls in line with this record, but it still feels a little bit more upbeat, if that isn't a way of describing it. It feels a lot more heavier in essence, but it's still a remarkable sounding album. And after that, I did check out their split with Loathe, and I really like that split, and I don't know if it's been released on CD, but if it has, I will get it into my collection. But yeah, this album, absolutely remarkable. Check it out if you haven't already. And now we get to 2021 with the arrival of their second album entitled The Greatest Mistake of My Life. So yeah, it's 12 tracks and runs around 48 minutes in length, and yeah, this is fast becoming one of my favourite and go-to albums when it comes to 2021's release radar, because this album, from beginning to end, it's not full of riffs, it's not got heavy, ridiculous breakdowns, it's not got harsh, over-the-top vocals or gutturals or anything like that. No, don't expect any of that shit when it comes to this album. What you can expect from this album is real beauty and picturesqueness, and it's a word that I love to use in the right sense, and this album definitely encapsulates picturesque music. Like, honestly, listening to this album is absolutely incredible. Like, I am actually blown away by how much I love listening to this record. Like, this is a very beautiful sounding record. Like, from the production side of things to the overall songwriting, it's all there, and it's very encapsulating to listen to. Like, there's a lot of heavy records that have come out this year that haven't really encapsulated as much, but this album, with its more sombre feel and more atmospheric approach, to kind of remind us in a little bit of shoegaze in an essence. That overall atmosphere, kind of like what 100th were doing on their album, I think it was Free, I think it was called, from a few years ago. Yeah, that album was absolutely incredible. It kind of reminds us of that sort of thing, that kind of like post-hardcore, melodic hardcore, alt-rock sort of vibes, but then drenching it, absolutely soaking it in atmosphere to create this really, not so much depressive, but sorrow-filled atmosphere that really complements the record and makes it sound all that unique. Because I really truly believe, like, this album doesn't sound like anything else that I've heard before in music in general. Like, the closest I would say it comes to is 100th's Free, which I haven't listened to their later stuff that followed that, but I would definitely also say if you're a fan of Dance Gavin Dance, you might find something to like about this, with its catchy melodies, really infectiously catchy hooks that are on this album. Like the vocals definitely add to that factor. Some really, really well thought out lyrics on here, and the vocal delivery is just absolutely incredible. Like some of the best vocal work, clean vocal work I've heard in a long fucking time. Like with a lot of sorrow when it needs to be, but a lot of power and range in there for good measure. And I feel like the delivery is on fucking point, if you ask me. It just makes it stand out, and it makes us go more and more to this record with its overall absolutely, like the tone on this album, from the guitars and the overall atmosphere and synth work that's going on behind the scenes to create this atmosphere, just really complements the record. It makes it stand out all the more. Like, I'm listening to a lot of heavy records, as you can imagine, but this one, just when it came in, it just came at the right point, because I love to listen to this album when, in particular, on an evening when I'm just sitting back, chillaxing, you know, maybe playing some gaming or whatever, and I'm like, am I in the mood for riffs? No. I'll just stick on this album, and it just puts us in that solitude level that I'm just chilled out and just, you know, have a beer or a couple with us, just playing my game, and I'm just in that mood. It just is that type of record, if you ask me. And as also, on top of that, I've been listening to this a lot, because I like to listen to a record before I go to sleep or while I'm drifting off, and this has definitely been one of those records that I've been sticking on in the background and just sends off into a good night's sleep. But in general, when you listen to this album, just on a day-to-day basis, it is a remarkable sounding album. Like, the drums in itself are very well produced. Like, the overall sound, it sounds massive, but you can hear each part of the kit with so much clarity. It sounds absolutely incredible. And the guitar work, as I said, absolutely incredible. Those clean tones, like, this is some of the best clean tone guitars that I've heard in a long time. Like, the expressiveness in it and the overall chord progression to make these tracks stand out are just absolutely incredible. Some really intricate riff writing to make these songs stand out and to complement the lyrical structure and the lyrical theme throughout this entire album. I will say Afterlife and Beyond Belief are still my favourite songs on this album. I absolutely love those tracks, especially Afterlife. It kind of picks up the record. Like, there is some moments, like, it's not just all feels as real from beginning to end. Well, it pretty much is, but there is some upper beat songs like Afterlife, for example, which I still think is the best song on this album. I just absolutely love that track, and it's definitely grown to become one of my favourite tracks of the year. It's absolutely incredible. There's other songs on here. Curse Me With Your Kiss, absolutely love that song. Drugs and Love, was it Drugs and Love? Oh, no, sorry, it was Die Alone in Your Arms. Now, that song, wow, when that song first came on, and I was entranced into it. My hairs were standing on end from my back to my arms to my legs, everywhere. It was just, they were standing on end because I couldn't believe the overall emotion and sorrow that is withheld on that song. Man alive, what a fucking song. And also, I can't pronounce this. No, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. The 7th track, beginning with the N, yeah, what a song. And then the second to last song, which is just for the outro, which is the title track, but Morning Song, absolutely incredible once again. Like, overall, this is an absolutely incredible album to listen to, and definitely grown to become one of my favourite highlighted albums of 2021 so far. I know we're only in April now when I'm recording this review, by the way. I might go up a little bit later, but honestly, there's so many great records coming out this year, and this one is high up in my list. I can't get enough of this record, and you need to check this out. Like I said, if you're a fan of new stuff from 100th, Dance Gavin Dance, or even the new Architects album, if that sounds up your alley, then this is definitely a record that you need to check out. Absolutely incredible stuff. For an overall score though, I'm going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. absolutely incredible release, and I hope I get to see these guys later on this year in Newcastle. So if anyone's going to that date, make sure to come down. It's going to be an absolutely amazing show. I can't remember who is supporting off the top of my head. No, I can't remember. But yeah, make sure you check out this record. Absolutely incredible. There'll be links down below of where you can check it out. But yeah, I'll see you until next video. And remember, stay metal, and I'll see you later.